Well, hey there, folks. I'm meteorologist Matt Barentine. Something you just don't get to see very often. I know because I've been in this business 25 years now, and I've never seen at least this close to land. I've seen it further out in the Atlantic before, but this close to land, this is a pretty crazy setup to where we have two hurricanes within very close proximity, easy for me to say, to each other. Imelda with winds of 75 miles an hour, Humberto with winds of 100 miles an hour. So a Category 1 and a Category 2 hurricane just off the east coast of the U.S. And they are going to be interacting with each other over the next couple of days. And it is going to be super interesting for weather nerds like me to watch how these two develop and evolve in the coming days, how they interact. Here's what the models say by tomorrow morning, that it'll be still two separate storms approaching Bermuda. But once again, the models have a really hard time dealing with a situation like this, once again, because it is so odd. In this model run, basically what happens is Imelda eventually sort of absorbs whatever's left of Humberto as Humberto starts to get shredded apart. And that's the other thing. I get these questions. It's funny. Almost every time I do a school visit from kids, I almost always get, if there's two storms out there and they combine, does it become one big superstorm? I mean, it could get big and sloppy, but they're not going to get stronger, okay? It's too much interference with each other. And, a hurricane really likes to have its own environment to develop in and to grow in. You start throwing in another storm, and that just really disrupts its flow. So it's not good for overall hurricane strengthening. Now, it can make a big crazy mess, which is what it's going to look like here across a good bit of the Atlantic. But the good news is it's just going to be out in the Atlantic. We don't have to worry about these two very much, except for Bermuda. Bermuda is the only area that's going to have to watch it. And it's not going to, these two storms, even though it's going to be pretty wild ride for Bermuda the next couple of days, they're not going to be that strong. And Bermuda has the best building codes in the world. They take side swipes and even direct hits from hurricanes all the time. And I think Bermuda deals with that better than any place else I've ever seen. So they'll be fine. They're going to have some rough weather, no doubt, for the next couple of days. But they'll be fine. Once in the rest of the tropics, the Gulf, the Caribbean, perfectly quiet. Nothing else happening with those two hurricanes sitting out in the Atlantic. So pretty incredible situation. On the other side of things, for us, we're going to be on the dry side. It does look like they're going to throw some clouds our way, at least Imelda will, but very dry air getting pulled in on the other side of these systems. And that's going to be, well, it is impacting us now, and it'll be impacting us next couple of days. Here's the futurecast. I'm just letting it run. There's not going to be any rain around today. Some clouds building in the afternoon. So sunny in the morning, cloudy in the afternoon, but otherwise a quiet day for Tuesday. It'll be hot. I know it's the last day of September, but we can't seem to shake summer no matter what. Upper 80s for highs day here in Saraland and Satsuma. Once again, sun in the morning, more clouds in the afternoon. Down by the beaches should be the upper 80s here, light northeasterly winds and pretty good surf conditions. And then as we head on over into Florida, same deal here. Mid 80s down by the water. You go inland a little bit, it'll be closer to 90 degrees. So it's going to be, once again, a hot day, no doubt about it. But look what happens the next few days. Tomorrow's obviously October 1st. What you're going to notice here, though, is that I'm not going to have a front that's going to come through and drive the temperatures down, like a nice fall front. That's not happening, but it'll gradually get a little bit better as the week goes along. And that's kind of that, just the continuous north flow that we're going to get on the backside of these hurricanes. We'll continue to get this nice north flow. That's going to gradually drop our temperatures. It's not going to be, an overnight thing where we drop off a cliff with the temps. It's just going to be gradual. You can see we go from 89 to 88 to 87 to 85. That's what it looks like through the rest of the week. Going into the weekend, there will be a chance some showers over the weekend. It looks like we'll have a little stalled out front in the Gulf that will give us a chance at a few showers. Shouldn't be huge rain chances, but there will be some at least. We'll take whatever we can get because we've been awfully dry lately. So we'll keep our eyes out for that. You notice the temperatures from the weekend on more like the mid 80s. So that's normal for this time of year. Once again, October, usually it's mid-October when we get that first real fall front. And what I mean by that is that first front, when it goes through and then leaves us with highs in the 70s, morning lows in the 50s, 50s in the morning, 70s in the afternoon. That to me is fall. When you're still in the 80s, yeah, we've dialed things back a little bit, but we're not there yet because, mid 80s, upper 80s, that's still pretty warm. When we get in the 70s, that's when I consider it a real fall front. Hasn't happened yet. Usually it happens right in the middle of October. That's the general time it happens. So we'll see. Should be soon. Light at the end of the tunnel, right? I hope you have yourself a wonderful day. We'll catch up with you soon. Bye now.